is there anything else besides his name is Ollie, right? Am I right?
Yes, Ollie, or yes, just the diabetes. He's otherwise pretty healthy.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of, oh, well, do you have any questions? I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, but is there any other question like that you want to ask? Because I'm open to any questions.
Um, no, I think it's okay. I'm just gonna follow along and just. Oh, looks like the cat has joined him with the eye problem. Oh well,
Oh,
maybe we'll get
that-
two of them. Bye.
they know when stuff's going on. And this is like a teaching arena, you know what I mean? So don't feel bad about asking questions or whatever. Even if I look like I'm working, you can talk to me. So I'm just going to kind of tune in and um, come into his energy, and I'll let you know what I'm doing or what I'm seeing, but I'm just going to start by just delivering some energy. Has he ever had any issue with his right front shoulder?
Mm. You hold on. He did have something. It wasn't his shoulder. It was more like it was in his neck. He had this lump, and we had to have it removed. And we were worried it was cancer, but when it was removed, it wasn't cancer. It kept coming back and forth. And so it was more like in his neck, but his neck would be close to his shoulder. So it's about the same area.
Yeah, it's tough with a dog, right? It's like up in this area.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it was. That's where the lump was. It was taken out. I don't know if it was right or left, but there was a lump in that area.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have been maybe. I'm not sure which side. I can't remember anymore.
It was interesting. As soon as I started sending the energy, it came up his body, but directly went to that side, up at that right side of his shoulder. And it just kept coming in and coming in and coming in. It was like a lot of it almost looked like, if you like, I don't know, pinched a nerve or like slammed your foot into, like, if you imagined a dog, like, I don't know, it felt like there was something that was compressed. So the energy just kept pouring and pouring and pouring into that area, and I could feel like my body relaxing as it was brought in. So and the other interesting thing was very, very at the very beginning was it was like I don't, if you imagine like the right side of his belly, kind of side body, that was another place that my attention was drawn at the very beginning. Is that dog I'm not like real knowing of dog anatomy, so I don't know where.
He had I don't know if this is working. He had an issue with one of his legs where he had what is it called, ACL or something like the football players have. And he had to get steroids put into it, and then it healed. But yeah, that's why he does a lot of swimming to keep it going. It was I'm not sure which side, with the right or left, but it's interesting. As soon as you started the session, he had been laying on the ground just kind of sleeping. He started to move around a lot, and his head moved around, and so he started to flicker around, like he's obviously could feel the energy.
Yep, yep. As far as the diabetes go, is it like with a person, the pancreas is what's involved, right? I'm not sure how.
It's the same thing with a dog. It's pretty much the same disease. It's like your daughter. It's like type 1 in people. They say cats are more like type 2 or so. Cats can be go back, but it's very, very hard to reverse it in a dog, almost impossible. So he'll
Right.
just be for the rest of his life.
Because I'm curious if that's where my attention was being drawn, down.
Oh, I don't even know where the pancreas is. I don't even know where it is on a human.
I know I'm not sure what side. I'm going to look it up real fast just to see for myself. Yeah, it's the right side of the abdomen. So
There you go. That's interesting.
it to me it seemed inflamed. So I'm going to go back in now that I understand that the stuff with his shoulder seemed pretty whatever was, whatever energy he wanted from the Reiki, it seemed to help. Let me just go in and look at that right side. Well, that was about the most interesting thing I've ever seen on an animal.
Oh.
Um,
Can you tell me what
yeah,
did you see?
yeah, I'm going to tell you all about it. So when I went in, it looks inflamed. It looked inflamed, like too big. And I'm just going to say it's the pancreas. And everybody's been hearing me say this, but I'm not a vet and I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing all those disclaimers, right? But what I saw was first, it was like somebody was helping me, and it almost looked like something was tangled. So whatever, like blood vessels or whatever goes towards this organ, it looked like everything was all tangled up. So somebody was helping me and straightening everything out. And I literally saw their hand go like this, like.
Wait, I have you on the. Okay, I'm sorry. I had it on the wrong thing. Yes.
It was like I saw someone's hand. I don't know who it was, but it was a hand just smoothing out all the tangles. But then after that, it was like literally like psychic. Have you ever heard of psychic surgery?
No, but it sounds cool. It sounds like something I would
Yeah,
like.
it was like if you imagine like surgery on a ethereal level, right? So I literally saw someone open it up, like open up that organ and take out a clump of something. And what I heard was, because I'm like, what is that? And what I heard was like fatty. So like maybe like a fatty tumor or fatty something. I don't know, but I heard the word fatty. And then all of a sudden, what was so big and expanded was it shrunk down to something more thin. And I even like, I thought they were going to do one thing, and then I literally saw them like, it looked like they were stitching up where they took out that substance or that, whatever it was in there. And then I asked, like, so what does this mean, or what should I tell you about this? And what I heard was, it doesn't mean that. It almost felt like whatever was wrong or whatever caused it may not, like it might be beyond repair. But it also, they showed me just a small piece of it still like it's still functioning. So like exactly what they told me was, it's a possibility that maybe this will make a difference. But and I don't know what that substance was, but it was definitely, that's the very first thing when I like tuned into him, was that it was inflamed or big, or like something was wrong. So I just watched, I basically was watching whoever was helping him. It wasn't like I was really doing it. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. I don't know if I have the idea. Oh, that's very interesting. That's very interesting.
So
Now he was originally, when you started, he was all restless, and now he's like sleeping again. I am rubbing him.
that's good.
Yeah.
So just thinking on the, like, you, maybe nothing will happen, but just on the like tiny chance that something happened that was extraordinary, I would just kind of keep an eye. I know you're doing it anyways, but on his blood sugar, just in case, it gets to be a little bit lower than normal or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I'll check on that. He's about to eat, so he should be okay. But
because I would love to think that something happened, to help him, but I can't tell you that
Well,
definitely.
yeah, he's been, when we switched over insulin, he's been running a little high. We increased the dose just half a unit, 'cause I didn't want to do much, but I'm hoping that this will bring it down to where he was under the doggy insulin. Doggy insulin's very expensive, and
Yeah.
you have to get it through the vet. It's all very difficult. I think I told you about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's much more.
And the one thing I know, I've worked on my daughter before when she's been high, and it definitely, it brings relaxation and it does lower your blood sugar. So,
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I want to really learn how to do it on him. There's some,
and in the
yes.
meantime, you can put your hands on him and just call on it and it will make a difference.
Yeah, I often wonder, they say that Jesus healed people. Maybe he was doing Reiki.
Well, the story goes that Dr. Usui, the reason that he was motivated to know how to do something like this was because of Jesus's ability, and he wanted to be able to do it.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's wacky. I mean, what a strange coincidence. I was just thinking about that in church, my husband's church, when they would talk about how Jesus healed all these people. I kept thinking, I wonder if that was Reiki.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah. It's just our ability to be able, we have all this energy available to us. It's just, understanding that we're capable of doing it,